Join me as I show you a few of my favorite vintage brooches that are going to transform your existing wardrobe. We've all been there. I've been there. We've all been there. Don't have a thing to wear. You want to look stylish, you want to look on trend, but geez, what am I going to wear? I don't want to go out and buy a bunch of new clothes, right? What can I do? Go raid your grandma's jewelry box. Vintage brooches are in. In fact, there's an article, I will post a link in the description below. But I'm going to give you a couple of thoughts, a couple of things to help you think about how you can take your modern clothes and put vintage jewelry and accessories, specifically brooches, to give it a certain flair and a twist. Incorporating just a few of these pieces into your existing wardrobe, matching it with your modern clothes, is really a game changer. And you don't have to break the bank doing it. Hi, my name is Angie and welcome to Reserved Grace. Reserved Grace embodies a refined lifestyle featuring vintage jewelry and accessories that exude sophistication and elegance. But all that aside, it's vintage jewelry. Let's get started transforming your modern wardrobe with just a few vintage pieces. I want you to think a little bit differently about your grandma's brooch. When I thought about my grandma's brooch, I would have thought about just like that. Over the top, lots of rhinestones. You may not like this, and you're thinking, this is not me, this is not the aesthetic that I'm looking for. I got you. This is not for everyone. However, there is something for everyone. I'm going to go through some of these very quickly. I'm not going to take a ton of time to go through these because we don't have a ton of time, right? But I want to give you some ideas on how you can take an existing, say, sweater, or in this case, just an everyday blazer that I have, and how I can dress it up and I can change the look. Are you with me? Here we go. You don't have to wear a grandma brooch to be in style, on trend. I'm going to show you how just taking this one brooch off and I can transform my look very quickly. Now I want to let you see that up close. This is a handmade piece, or I do have to do some research on it. I just opened this up maybe 5 minutes ago and thought, ooh, I liked the blue in here. I wanted to tie it in. Simple. However, let's change this up a bit. So it may not be your style. I had this brooch on earlier. It's simple. See how the swoops here kind of go with the lapel? And think about your lapel as a canvas and how you can use this space. Sometimes you're going to have a little bit less space. Let me show you this. Now, all of these pieces I'm showing you today will be listed on reservedgrace.com before this airs. I'm going to show you how you can mix things up. You don't have to have this over-the-top rhinestone brooch to nail this fashion trend. Now, a lot of people think, oh, the only way I can wear vintage jewelry is if I wear vintage clothes. No, that is not true. I do own some vintage pieces, but not a whole wardrobe. But what I like to do is I like to mix things up. I like to put modern with vintage, just like you can wear silver with gold, and it doesn't matter these days. You get to do you. Write your own rules. Don't worry about what anybody else has to say. Okay, off my soapbox. This is another traditional piece that some may think about when they're thinking about vintage jewelry, right? That's pretty typical of what people think about. This is a beautiful piece, and it would be absolutely stunning on here, depending on how I want to wear it. Let's see, I think I would put it like, I don't know. I have a mirror here that I'm looking at to be able to see if it's centered. I don't know, I could wear this multiple ways. You tell me, which one do you think? I think it looks better this way. If I want to dress up a little bit, definitely going with this. And the other thing is, who says you can't wear rhinestones in the day? Wear rhinestones anytime. If that's your thing and you like the bling and you like to go for it, do it. Now if you're a little bit more modern and you like things a little bit more sleek, I have a couple options for you here as well. And what I'm going to show you is that you can also pick different finishes. So I'm going to show you this brooch and this brooch. Same company. Both of these are Monet, same brooch. So depends on what you like. Maybe you like a little bit more of a understated, this is for you. But if you like a little bit more shine, the design is streamlined and it catches the light and it's stylish. You're just taking your wardrobe up a notch. Those are a couple of options for you. Maybe pink is your thing. Pink's my thing. I love pink. with the right outfit, the right blazer, something more neutral. I think everyone should have a neutral blazer, and accessorize. Get a good quality blazer. I also suggest checking out thrift stores because those are the best deals. And sometimes it's like I found a vintage Christian Dior at the Goodwill bins. Yep, vintage Christian Dior blazer at Goodwill bins. It didn't fit me, but I did find it. But I really am trying to get you to think, how can you take your existing wardrobe and change it up a little bit? Nothing changes a wardrobe quite like a vintage little piggy pave rhinestone piggy by Givenchy. I think everyone should have a vintage little piggy from Givenchy. I mean, why not? Maybe you're wearing it to go grocery shopping. I don't know. If you caught my joke, please let me know in the comments below. This little piggy, like I said, is Givenchy. You can see when you hear people talk about, is it stamped or is it signed or is it, all those things that have a mark on it. This does. You can see right here in the center. Might be a little bit difficult to show it on camera, but this is signed and absolutely adorable. Maybe you just want just a simple little, statement piece. Simple, little, and statement can go together, I promise. But maybe, just maybe, art is your thing. Are you a painter or do you know someone who paints? And this is so cute. Just a little bit of color, a little bit of flair, nothing over the top, just very streamlined, but still makes a statement. It really changes up this everyday blazer. One thing that I never collected, cameos. Why? I felt like they were a little bit pretentious and a little bit too girly, and I don't know, they just didn't fit me, I didn't think, until I got my first cameo. When I got my first real true cameo, I was absolutely blown away. They are associated with prestige and honor and upper class and stately. Yes, absolutely true. And what's wrong with that? They are very on trend right now. A real nice cameo is a true investment. And then sometimes you can get some that look really, really good, but maybe they're not a true cameo. Let me give you a 1-minute blurb on cameos. And I am not an expert, trust me. And truly, I'm not an expert on any vintage jewelry. I am an enthusiast. Let me show you on another piece. This is a cameo that's been converted to a pendant necklace. This started life as a cameo brooch. But I'm going to show you this piece because I think this really is a great example of a true, real, beautiful, high quality cameo. The first thing you're going to do, if say you go to a thrift store, or you go to like a like those antique malls and they have all the little booths set up and you see a cameo and you ask them to come over and open the case, and so you want to see it. If you want to act like you know what you're doing, here's your tip. Take it and hold it up to the light. Why are you doing that? Because if you can see through the cameo, that is almost a certain indication that it is a true, real cameo. That is a shell cameo that the background has been carved away and the actual image that is left is the top of the shell. And a lot of times you will see, like down here, you will see that they use the color of the shell to actually do the shading. It's craftsmanship. It's art. When you're at the antique store and if you really want to be a snob and you want to look closely, this is another way you can tell the quality of a cameo. Now, I said I'm not an expert, but does not mean that I may not feel like I qualify as a snob. But I wanted to show you, and I'm going to see if I can do this here for you. What you want to look for is you want to look for clean, smooth lines, even details, smooth details, not jagged, If you find a beautiful cameo that is potentially not made of shell, so what? If you love it and you're going to wear it, get it. And a lot of times, it does not cost more for a piece of vintage jewelry than if you went to Walmart and bought something. And by the way, I'm not going to snub Walmart because I actually have a few pieces of Walmart jewelry. Nobody would ever know that it's not high-end jewelry. When you hear that vintage brooches are in this year for the end of 2024 and early 2025, and you're like, and they said raid your grandma's jewelry box. I don't know. Some people are going to be like, I don't want to wear my grandma's jewelry. You don't have to. Whatever your style is, there's something for you. Maybe you or someone you know loves hummingbirds. Here's an option for a hummingbird, and here's an option for a hummingbird. Did I do it the right way? Yeah, here's an option for a hummingbird. Totally different looks, styles, both hummingbirds. You don't have to go with something that you don't like, that doesn't appeal to you. I have to show ones like this. See, it doesn't have to look a certain way. This and this, they are both vintage brooches. Maybe your grandma that you're going to raid her jewelry box loved this one. Or maybe this one. Which one do you love? That's what matters. And I love this. This is Trifari. If you're familiar with Trifari, a lot of people know that name. It is signed Trifari. It is super cute and very unique. Not your typical brooch that a lot of people think about. How about this one? How cute is this? How cute is this piece? Now, I said earlier about going on a girls' shopping trip. I don't know, maybe you feel like that's too literal. I don't care. I would totally do it. Because you know why? It makes people smile. It makes people see, like, some people see this and absolutely be like, that is so cute. Yeah, I know. By you showing your style and showing others your style, you truly can inspire others to kind of step out the box a little bit, do things a little bit differently. This one, I recently saw this brooch or something very, very similar something like it, on a runway. This is also Trifari. How about this gorgeous ladybug? This is by Roman, and it's very hard to find a piece that is this spectacular. If you love the Art Deco aesthetic, this next part's for you. A piece that you can wear with anything. It's simple and it makes a nice statement. It's going to just enhance whatever outfit you're wearing. I'm going to show you a piece that is old. Probably one of my favorite pieces. Look at the details and then look at how pretty this is. Now this is all glass, but I wanted to show you this because it is a really, really old piece and it just has history. It has a story, and I like a story. This one is a very simple bar pin. It is green glass, the pearl accent in the middle. This is also a very old piece. I happen to personally love bar brooches. I love them because they're simple and they usually have an enormous amount of detail for a little bit of jewelry. And I like that somebody has taken the time to really do the detail on pieces like this. Now imagine you're traveling somewhere, really pretty brooch on, going on vacation. Whoosh. Okay, maybe not my sound effects, but just have fun. What is the style for you and what's the occasion? How about a duo of little poodles? I will have these listed together because the reason I thought about that they need to stay together is I got these from an estate. I feel like the previous owner probably wore them together, and so I thought we should keep them together. They're going together. So you get two. This last one, super special. I got this at an antique shop and I saw it and I grabbed it. And I was checking out. There was a man at the checkout, the cash checkout area, and he said, "Can I see that real quick?" I'm like, "Sure." And I'm like, "Uh-oh." He looked at it. He said, did you found this here?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Why? What's wrong?" He looked at it. He looked at the back. He said, "Well, I'm a gemologist." And he said, "I didn't catch this." He was perusing the same thing as me, looking for treasures. He said, "I didn't see this one." He said, "But this is it's an old fire opal. And he said you can tell that it's a good opal based on, you can see in the back that it also has, you can see the color coming through. And the setting on this is gorgeous. And so let me let you see it real close. Hopefully you're able to see this a little bit. It is a stunning piece. This is, like I said, it's an older piece. Be beautiful for you, but I think it would be a beautiful gift.